This is a Model 12 produced in the early 70s. Our first production gun was made on August 13th, 1970. And it's changed quite a bit since then. I think in the beginning, one of the things that they talked about was the old ugly nut on the outside of the barrel. Of course, back then the barrel was under tension, supported on both ends like it is today, with the interchangeable features. But this ugly nut there, people didn't think too much of that. The basic gun is still the same today with the interchangeable grips where we have the one-piece grip that could change. The cylinder still latches in front, where we think that the alignment between the exit hole and the cylinders in the barrel is very important. The cylinder is still supported on the back end here with the center ball. It's support rigid on both ends, as is the barrel. But it's changed a bunch through the years. It's changed a lot. Minor details, improvements, and we've been constantly improving the product for 20 years, over 20 years. Here we have it's a prototype. It never was into production from the early years, back when from the basic Model 12. But what this is a black powder, Dan Wesson. And it was done experimentally. Like I say, never went into production. We don't have any plans to put it in production. But it's just one of the oddities that we've had, and I wanted to share with you. One of the things that being a small company, we listen to the consumer. We listen to the people who are shooting these guns. We listen to what they have to say. This is something that gets their interest, but I don't think that marketing-wise it have a very big market. But it's kind of neat, and it's just to share that along with you folks. This is a .44 Magnum. We came out with that product line in the early 80s. This is there was a limited edition that was done. This is an early serial number. This isn't a shooter. This is the put away to save for the grandkids when they come along. Don't have any yet. Not that old. Not that old yet. But it's we came with the .44 Magnum product line in the early 80s, and it's certainly been a very popular firearm. Again, too, we were listening to what the consumers wanted, what people wanted, and they wanted this, and we took our basic design with the interchangeable barrel in the one-piece grip, and we just broadened that, made a new frame, much bigger, heavier frame, to be able to handle that. And in doing so, we have a massive cylinder that'll take a real good load. And this becomes, again, the base as we move along farther now in the future to add a little bit more power to them. But this is, there were 250 of these made at that time. Well, with the advent of that .44 Magnum frame and the bigger, heavier frame, we even made it a little bit bigger, so we could put a little longer cylinder in here. And again, with all the same basic features that we've had since the early 70s. But this is the .445, which is a granddaddy .44 Magnum cartridge. And this particular one is your Alaskan Guide Special. It's a 4-inch barrel in here with a compensated shroud on the front to take some of that muzzle flip out. And it's not an uncomfortable firearm to shoot. You look at the cartridge and you sometimes look at what you're doing and you think it would be abusive, but it's very, very comfortable. It's heavy, it's big, but it's I don't think I'd want to shoot that cartridge in a real lightweight revolver. We've got here's a .44 Magnum that's had quite a bit of engraving and gold inlay work done on it. It's part of the American Historical Society, one of the series that they put out using our revolver to do that. It's a very pretty piece. I think it's important we talk about that a little bit. And this is their Deer Hunter series. It's very, very pretty. We don't shoot this one. A couple of years ago, we were talking about product, and we were talking about some of the folks who didn't like the interchangeable barrel features of our product. They were afraid if they put them into a security group or something like that people would take them home and fiddle with them and not understand them and run into problems with them. And so we were asked to make a fixed barrel revolver. And after a lot of work and forethought here, we still wanted to maintain the barrel under tension inside, where it's supported on both ends. And what we did was we had a little brainstorming session. We still have a two-piece barrel. The barrel's inside with a shroud over the outside. The barrel is still applied in there inside. It's under tension, still supported on both ends. And it's a shooter. I mean, this gun does shoot. I know that Johnny, I watched Johnny last night do some shooting with it, and for a fellow who'd never picked up and spent a lot of time shooting this gun, this man can shoot. I mean, he can. But it's been very, very well received. It's priced right. And what's really interesting about this is that the evolution of the company, where it's come 20 years, over 20 years of the interchangeable barrel, and now it seems like it's gone the whole circle. We come right on around. But this is a very, very fine revolver. We're certainly very proud of it, and we think that it's the market likes this. The market likes this. It shoots well. It's just, I don't know. I'm real proud of it. I really am.